After 8 long years, Payday 2 finally adds an LMG to the game that has the ability to aim down sights. Yes, you heard me right. The first LMG to ADS. And by God, is it amazing. So this weapon is called the SG Versteckt 51D light machine gun. Boy, is that a mouthful. This got added in Overkill's newest DLC, the McShay weapon pack. So not only is this weapon crazy stupid strong, but nearly everything in this paid DLC is borderline overpowered, if not blatantly so. Methinks there's a dip in people buying DLC, because they made what is obviously weapons that power creep the meta, while not actually making these weapons very special at all. That's just my 2 cents. In any case, this LMG fits the bill, and honestly, you'd be stupid not to run it. For today's little intro clip, I wanted to share a little bigger chunk of gameplay here on Heat Streak. It's on death sentence, just like all my other gameplay showcases are, and in my honest opinion, Heat Streak's probably one of the harder missions to do. But a combination of this LMG and the equally overpowered Leech perk deck, that means basically I no-brain my way through this first part without much hassle at all. Okay, maybe it's not a true testament to how good this weapon is, but I think it's a decent showcase of how effective the LMG is with an actual aim-down sight capability. And it also kind of tugs at one's nostalgia. You know, remember the Brenner 21, Payday the Heist, the OG? Now ain't that a blast from the past? Of course, this thing isn't anywhere close to its original counterpart. It's way better. So, let's take a closer look at the gun itself. As far as LMGs go, this one is quite different than the others. It has 110 base damage, which is a bit odd since every one of the other high damage archetype LMGs have a 120 base damage, so it's just a bit short. It does have the smallest magazine of the LMGs, sitting at only 75, but it also has the fastest reload at 3.6. Most of the other LMGs have 6 or higher. As far as stability and accuracy goes, stat-wise it is similar to the other LMGs, but, you know, because you can aim down sights with it, it's honestly way more like a heavy assault rifle than it is an LMG. It's crazy accurate and stable when aiming, and to top it all off, it's got amazing concealment, meaning it's a top pick for crit builds. Honestly, instead of comparing it to LMGs, it's probably better to compare this to heavy assault rifles. And even then, it just blows everything out of the water. So here's my build for this video. For my perk deck, I'm using Leech, and my skills kind of revolve around that. This is my standard Leech build, which I think I actually haven't shared as a video, so I've been meaning to do that, but busy. Anyway, here's what the skills look like. It's pretty standard, so not going to be anything too crazy. Got Jokers, got Inspire, got Bullseye, so I can at least get some armor gating. This is really the main meat of the build right here. Since this is the LMGs, I want to go with a body expertise build because I want to be lazy and go for body shots. Well, it just increases your effectiveness anyway, so this is a really handy setup to use for LMGs or assault rifles. I do have crits on because this LMG does have stupid high concealment and crits is easy enough to get, and slapping on some silencer skills for added stability and accuracy. As for the way I've modded the LMG itself, I tried to keep it high in concealment so I didn't add too many things. Just a few things to increase that accuracy and stability. Again, nothing too crazy. And that's it. For my secondary, I do have the Judge shotgun, mainly for concealment, and that's about it. So before we get to the rest of the video, there's actually something that I need to share. This gun's view model is really off-center, to a staggering degree. Well, what do you mean, General? Looks fine here. Well, let me just show you. So right now I have the motion dot crosshair that Overkill added a little while back. It's great for being able to tell where the center of the screen is, and well, you know, as you can see, the LMG looks centered, right? But let me just revert that to what it was like before I edited it. Boop. And this is what it looks like when you first buy the DLC and you don't edit anything. Overkill and unpolished, unplay-tested, paid content. Name a better duo. So if you're looking to buy this DLC, I highly recommend getting yourself a view model mod of some sort. The one I have on right now is called Perfect View Model. I do have a tutorial in one of my previous videos on how to install it if you're curious. I think that was the 45-degree tactical aim video, so if you need that, please check the video out. If you want to see the values for what I put in so that I can center the gun, you're going to have to give me a second because I wrote it down. Alright, so you're going to want to adjust the standard. And for the X, I have it at negative 1.253. For the Y, actually, left as is fine, 0.312. Z, same, negative 1.967, perfectly fine. The yaw and pitch were really off, though. I don't know why. So for the yaw, it's actually 0.35. And as you can see, 0 is also my keybind for getting rid of my HUD, so just ignore that. For the pitch, I also changed it to a 0.35. 350, not negative, so get rid of that. And roll is fine. So yep, as you can see now, the gun is centered again. And what's actually kind of funny is I'm pretty sure the crouch is also off center, but I've also changed that myself. So pretty fucking laughable, if I do say so myself. Anyway, I'll leave the editor on my screen, and you can see here's my crouched value. So if you'd like to copy those down, just feel free to pause the video and copy it down on your own. Right, so where do we begin? Well, let's actually start with the concealment. I can somehow fit this gun in between my ass cheeks because it has amazing concealment. As you can see, even after modding and not really trying to optimize for concealment, I can still easily manage to pull off a crit build. This makes it by far the best LMG for concealment related builds. I mean, I know in the past we had the ability to mod some LMGs into crit territory, but this is the first one where I basically didn't have to sacrifice anything in order to do so. This leads me to the second thing I wanted to discuss, the damage. The damage, well, it isn't crazy high or anything, no, but it is extremely respectable. It has the same damage profile as hard-hitting assault rifles and the higher damage LMGs, but now with easy access to crit. You can bet your ass this thing is going to shred. Everything melts with this gun. It's absolutely insane. Normally, you can only get this kind of setup with some of the more concealable rifles, like the AK-17, the Falcon, the AMR-16, but even those have huge drawbacks. For one, they usually have to sacrifice nice mods like larger magazines, or stuff that adds stability and handling. And even then, it still has lower damage than this Versteckt. Realistically, if we're going for a crit setup though, it doesn't actually matter that much. But the one big thing that does matter is that those assault rifles usually suffer incredibly harsh ammo restrictions. That is, they only have a total pool of like 100 or 90 rounds, and their pickup is god-awful. With the LMG, it has no such issue. The ammo pool is a whopping 180, which, you know, admittedly is smaller than most of the other LMGs, but at the same time, way larger than the assault rifles. And the cherry on top is that it is completely self-sustainable. The ammo pickup is more or less the same as the LMGs. That's insanity! And if that wasn't enough, the reload is a non-issue too. Most LMGs have horridly slow reloads, necessitating that you pick up some reload skills from the technician tree. The Versteckt literally reloads as fast as an assault rifle. Like, I can't physically wrap my head around this. And to top it all off, this thing is an LMG that can aim down sights, and it's laser accurate. I did pick up some skills to help it out, but you'd think that, you know, they would make it hard to achieve good accuracy. Nope, not at all. Barely took any effort. And now, I can hit enemies across the map at incredibly reasonable distances. No bipod needed, just aim and shoot. And if I may, I actually did kind of enjoy the bipod mechanic. You know, I realized that the original reason why LMGs couldn't ADS is because Overkill actually gave a damn about trying to balance a game. And introducing bipods was an interesting solution to try to help LMGs out. But considering how clunky they are to use, needing a stupid fucking surface that doesn't work half the time, and then having the FOV range of a console player, yeah, that's a little too restricting. Well, seeing as how Overkill doesn't give a fuck anymore and just wants what's in your wallet, I'd say that this thing is the definition of overpowered. If it isn't, I don't know what is. Well, so far, I've been giving this gun unbridled praise. But that's just because Overkill cranked the numbers absurdly. The gun itself is very meh to me. I mean, it looks quite funky. The mods themselves have this clash of shading and colors with the actual gun. I'm not a modeler, so I can't really explain it, but like it's just awful. I don't know what they did to their old animators or their old modelers, but these new guys sure know how to make guns look weird. And this isn't even actually mentioning the actual design of the gun. I don't know, maybe it is a real gun out there. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me, "Hey Chen, you're dumb. There's a real gun out there like that." But I mean, to me it just looks dumb, you know? Maybe. But who am I to judge? I'm the loser here, I bought the DLC. Well, what's new, right? In any case, I've said what I wanted to. Guns OP as fuck, and so are the rest of them in this pack, and I will be covering them soon. So, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and fuck you. I'll see you next time.